Melaleuca Quinquenervia, the broad-leaved paperbark, is a medium to tall tree found all over Australia. There are more than 200 species, but only a few develop into trees. These taller Melaleucas are commonly called paperbarks or tea trees. There is about 6.4 million hectares of Melaleuca native forest in Australia, mainly found in the north, which makes up approximately 5% of the total forest area across the country. The bark of the tree is distinctively papery and peels off in strips, with a range of different and beautiful earthy colours. The leaves can be slightly varying in shape, but are generally elliptical, ranging from 3 to 7 centimeters in length, consisting of a stiff, leathery texture, and usually have 5 prominent veins. This is where it got its Latin name from, quinque meaning 5 and nervia meaning nerves. The traditional indigenous name for the plant is often referred to as balawun.ga. The flowers are held together in bottle brush-like spikes up to 5 centimeters long. They are white or cream colored and bloom often throughout the year. These flowers are beneficial to the ecosystem as they attract nectar-feeding birds, flying foxes, bees, and other insects. There are many uses and benefits from the Quinquenervia, all of which have been utilized by the Indigenous peoples of the land for many, many years. A variety of the natural remedies used traditionally are still being used today. The main types of uses include honey and nutrition, biofuel, medicine, and building. Most Melaleucas do not provide major honey crops. However, the Quinquenervia produces a large amount of pollen and nectar, which bees can store, giving them an abundant supply of food and nutrients to produce plenty of honey. The honey made from these flowers has a strong flavor, but is light and very pleasant to consume. Unlike most trees that have pouches of sap, the Quinquenervia will develop knobs that are full of fresh water and other nutrients, which can be collected if someone is dehydrated and struggling to find water nearby or during a drought season. Because of the thin structure and its hydrophobic nature, the bark is perfect for starting a fire. Burned wood from the limbs of the tree make a sensationally high-quality charcoal, which can be used for markings, drawings, cooking, and trade. There are many medicinal uses for Melaleuca Quinquenervia. I have categorized them into 3 groups: aromatic, body, and ailments. Aromatic uses consist of numerous methods involving different parts of the tree, depending on what it is being used for. The leaves can be crushed and the vapors inhaled to relieve sinus issues and hay fever symptoms. The aromatic oil that is harvested from the leaves, which is derived via hydrodistillation, can be used to treat head colds via steam diffusion. The oil is also an effective mosquito repellent. It was found to be the 3rd most effective plant-extracted aroma for repelling Aedes, Anopheles, and Culex mosquitoes, being 100% effective for a minimum of 8 hours. Smoke from leaves and bark from the tree can be used to repel mosquitoes, as well as rubbing them into your skin. As for the body, the bark is useful for wrapping wounds such as burns and abrasions to protect and prevent further bleeding or infection. It naturally contains antiseptic components, so it's effective in treating or preventing infection. The bark is also water resistant, so it would prevent moisture from invading the area of the wound and keep it dry. The oils from the plant can also be used as an antiseptic for other areas of the body. Today, it can be found in many household items like toothpaste, mouthwash, insect bite cream, antiseptic creams and liquids, facial cleansers, acne treatments, and many other products for skin and body care. The oil that is mostly derived from the leaves contains a chemical called 1,8-cineol, which is still currently used clinically to treat pulmonary infections, particularly colds and bronchitis. The other oils that it can contain are E-nerolidol and viridiflorol. Often it is sold under the name Nioli oil for many different uses. Some of the uses that are still being used today include respiratory tract disorders, bronchitis, sore throats, influenza, coughing, sinus congestion, catarrh, common cold, rheumatism, uterine infections, muscle injuries, acne, rashes, herpes, cuts, wounds, and insect repellent. So with all of these remedies, it is no wonder that the Indigenous peoples refer to it as the medicine tree. Home uses involved smoke ceremonies, cooking, building, cleaning, and tools. The tree limbs were used for structural support, framing of houses, fences, flooring, and roofing. The mature bark was also used as coverage, as it is mostly hydrophobic, so would keep houses dry. Younger and softer pieces of paper bark were soaked in water and wrapped around foods such as fish, emu, or kangaroo, and placed on the fire to cook. The bark was also great for bedding, particularly for the women to use in the coolamons to put their babies in, keeping the coolamon dry and comfortable. Nowadays, the oil and extracts are found in a variety of products for cleaning the home. So next time you're roaming the bush, remember that the flora surrounding you contains many uses and purposes in the environment. If you come across a Melaleuca Quinquenervia, give it a smell, feel its leaves and count the veins. Run your fingers through the bark and read its messages. Taste the nectar if you're willing to try. Appreciate its ethereal presence and medicinal collaboration with nature. Lastly, I would like to thank you for listening, and I'd like to pay my respects and honor to the original inhabitants and caretakers of this land, the members both past and present, and I'm thankful that I can be here today to pass on the knowledge that our elders hold of this magical plant.